I'm Brigitte from Brigitte Flowers and welcome back to lesson 3. So for all of you who watched lesson 2, I'm sure you're prepared with the flowers that I explained what you need to arrange and the tools that you need. For all of you who didn't watch lesson 2, maybe it's a good idea to check out the movie so you know what kind of flowers you need to prepare. So as I said, we start working today with making a very simple centerpiece. We make that in floral foam with roses, gypsophila and some greenery. So the first thing that we need to do is we start with our block of floral foam and we start to fix it to the tray. If you don't have a plastic tray, you could use a dining plate or any kind of bowl that you would like to use. So we start with our floral tape and we fix the tape to the tray because if you would like to move the tray, the arrangement from one table to another table, then it's a good idea that it's stuck and it doesn't fall off halfway. And also when you might want to give this arrangement to friends or family, you need to take it from the place where you make it from your kitchen and you want to take it to them, you have to go in the car. The next step for this centerpiece is to create an imaginary circle around your plate. That circle we're going to fill in with greenery, and that's the width of your arrangement. Also we're going to create a little bit of height, so just keep that in mind and then we start with the green. So I'm starting today with my secateur. Usually I work with a knife, but as I know that some of you aren't ready to work with a knife yet, so let's do just secateurs, that's what we all have. And also if you have only a scissor, that's no problem. So we start cutting the green that you have in short bits. Turn around your arrangement and just fill it up nicely. So I start first with my Mexican orange and then I fill it in with the acer. So this Mexican orange is called Mexican orange because the blossom looks exactly like the blossom from an orange tree. Only once the blossom is gone, no fruits are coming from this Mexican blossom. Okay, so once we have this base done, we're gonna start with the acer and always keep some of your greenery separate for in the next step, and that's to finish off the arrangement, because once you have your flowers in, you're always going to turn around and you're going to see a few gaps from the floral foam, and that's good to just have a few bits of greenery as backup. So this acer that I have is also called a Japanese maple, and there are many different types, many different colors. I like this to use this two-toned greenery because it works so nicely with the white and green flowers. But of course, if you prefer the red toned acer, that's also very nice to use in nice autumn arrangements. Okay, so when you fill up your arrangement with the greenery, make sure that you keep on turning the tray or the bowl, and that makes sure that you have a nice dividing from your green, and that makes also that the arrangement goes nice and round. So one of the mistakes that lots of my students make in the beginning is to use the foliage upside down. So as you can see, you have a nice and shiny top bit from the green and like a kind of a dull bottom bit. So make sure when you place your greenery inside the arrangement that you see the nice and shiny side. Okay. So once you think that you're ready, just give it another few rounds and then you can start working with the fun part, and that's with the flowers. So now we're ready with our greenery base and we're gonna start with the flower bit. So the flowers, especially buying the flowers, is one of the most fun activities for me to do in the week. So to go to the flower market, to see all the colors, to sense all the perfumes and all the combinations that you can make with all the flowers to buy, that's the best thing. So once you're gonna go to your local flower market or to your supermarket, I'm sure you will enjoy this as well. And then today I went for this white and green selection, but I'm sure when you do a few more centerpieces, you're gonna experience that you want to combine a few different colors, and even, for example, if you do this class together with your mom or with your friend, then you can do your flowers in whites and greens, and your friend or your mom can do the flowers in orange and reds, and you can see that you have both the same arrangement, but they're totally unique. So for this one, we're going to start with our roses. And the white roses, sometimes when you buy them, they have a few ugly petals from the outside, a little bit of brown or a bit of green. Some people like it because that's nature. As when the flowers grow, this is the first petal, so that gets all the dirt. If you don't like it, then you can just take them off. Just very gently pull them off. And then the first flower that we're going to place in the arrangement is the middle one. Again, I would like to use it with the knife, but I'm gonna use the sector. I will make another flower class soon where I'm gonna explain you how to use the knife, so then you can start working with that. So once you have the right height, put your flower next to the arrangement, and then you see that it would fit exactly. The first flower that you place in, be careful for the tape, because that's always in the middle and that's where you want your flower. So you have to push your flower just on the side of the tape and still make sure that it comes in the middle. Then the next step is that we're gonna place 4 flowers in a cross. Always keep in mind that your flowers go approximately 6 centimeters inside the floral foam to drink. So as you see, we do the first flower here. Then the second rose, we're gonna place opposite. And you can always look from above to see where your floral foam ends. So if you see from above and you think another 5 centimeters, that's where you're going to place it in. And then you have the right length. Here, and then again, turn the arrangement around. And we place the 4th rose exactly opposite. And also it's good to remove as many leaves from the rose as possible, because they're only gonna drink the water and it's better for your flower to get the water. So once we have the 4 roses, then we're still gonna fill them in with another 4 roses. So we're gonna place one over here and over here. So let me lift the arrangement up slightly for you. So you see already that is going to make a nice circle. I'm going to place another 2. And then we have the basic arrangement circle done. Okay, and one here. And then depending how many roses you have, you can fill it up as much as you like. Always make sure that you're gonna keep like a semicircle on the top. And again, you turn the arrangement around. Place one more here. And then when you're happy with the amount of flowers that you've used, then we can start working with the filler. So that's the gypsophila. The arrangement looks nice and round at the moment. and I'm very happy with the dividing of the roses. So we're gonna fill it in with the gypsophila. And the gypsophila is, for some people, they think gypsophila is a bit old-fashioned, but for lots of people they love it because it's such a nice filler. It's used in lots of weddings. I even did lots of weddings with only gypsophila as flower. So I made centerpieces with only a big bunch of gypsophila. We had like little pomanders for the bridesmaids with gypsophila, and even the bride had just like a big bunch of gypsophila to carry like this. So for me it's an all-time favorite. And then the common name of gypsophila is called baby's breath, and that's because the flowers are so delicate and innocent that it looks like a little breath from the baby. So when we have the gypsophila, we're gonna fill it in between the flowers, and you just can play around what you think is nice. Some people, they just like little bits because they love to see a bit more greenery. And other people, they just love to see much more of the gypsophila, much more white. For me, I think using more greenery is making the arrangement much more natural. It gives a bit more air in the arrangement, and also you have a bit more perfume from the green as well. So as you see, we're gonna make the arrangement round with the gypso. I'm gonna turn it around and then place it in again. So gypsophila is one of the most important flowers from Peru, and that's something I wouldn't say because you see it so much used here in the UK and in Europe, but actually it's the most popular flower in South America. Some little bits on the top, and just whenever you think you're happy with your arrangements, you can stop filling it in. And when you start working with flowers, you probably feel that it relaxes yourself. You have your flowers, natural things. You make your hands a bit dirty. So lots of people who are a little bit anxious, anxieties. They love to work with flowers as well. It relaxes them a lot. So now we have our arrangement ready. We have all the roses in and all the foliage, all the gypsophila, and just give it another last turn. And whenever you think, oh, I see a little bit of greenery, a bit of the floral foam, then you take some of your last bits of your spare bits of greenery, and then push it in so it's nice and covered, because it's always quite ugly to see the floral foam. So once you're gonna keep the flowers yourself, maybe you're gonna give them to your mom or to a friend, but if you think like, no, I'm gonna enjoy them myself this time, then you might want to know how to maintain the flowers to make the best and to keep them as long as possible. So the most important thing is to put the flowers far away from the heating, because of course they wilt quicker if they're next to a heat source. Also a fireplace is not good, and if you have, for example, a window where the sun comes in and the sun comes right on the flowers, then they also wilt much quicker. And then the other thing what's quite important is to give it enough water. So I would say take it every other day to your sink, and that's the good thing from our tray, that it's easy to pick up. Put it in your sink, give it a good splash of water and leave it there for a couple of minutes, and then pour away the leftover water, and then you can put it back on your table. So just to recap, first we have our tray with oasis, we do the tape, we fill the arrangement with greenery. The next step are the white roses, and the final bit is to fill everything up with the gypsophila. So hopefully your arrangement turned out as beautiful as mine did. And if you have any questions or your thoughts, please let me know. Maybe you want to send me some pictures. And hopefully you subscribe to my channel. The link is here. And I'll see you next time for the next lesson. Bye bye.